In 1961, the world witnessed the birth of an idea that would eventually change the course of history, the concept of packet switching. This technological breakthrough laid the foundation for what would become the Internet. Fast forward to 1966, and the first computer network, ARPANET, was born. But it was in 1969, the year that the Earth's axis metaphorically shifted, that something extraordinary happened, something that would rewrite the future in ways no one could have predicted. It wasn't the moon landing that altered the fabric of our reality. No, it was something much more subtle, something that happened without the knowledge of any civilian on Earth, the first transfer of data between computers. This event marked the true birth of the Internet, a universe within our reality that started as a mere curiosity, then became an addiction, and today has become an inescapable part of life. The Internet has not only grown but has rooted itself deeply into our existence, continuing to expand its influence with each passing day. As we approach the year 2020, the Internet has given rise to some of the most incredible mysteries in history. Brace yourself, for these are the 7 most disturbing Internet mysteries. Number 7. The Enigma of Karen Catherine Waldegrave. When Karen Catherine Waldegrave began posting seemingly nonsensical messages, people initially dismissed her as schizophrenic. Yet, within seconds of one post, another would appear, equally perplexing. What set Waldegrave apart and earned her the number 7 spot on this list was her background. Born in England, Waldegrave was a graduate of the prestigious University of Toronto, where she earned a PhD. She was exceptionally intelligent, boasting extraordinary IQ and fluency in 8 languages, including English, French, Russian, and German. As her Facebook account gained viral attention, a theorist on 4chan suggested that Waldegrave wasn't schizophrenic at all, but was instead writing encoded messages accusing an intelligence agency. Her Facebook account was suspended, not by her, but by Facebook itself, despite her not violating any rules. From that moment, the world never heard from Waldegrave again. She simply vanished. What happened to her? Why was her account suddenly closed? Where is she today? The mystery, which began in 2011, remains unsolved. Number 6. The Ghost of Jack Frost. In 2011, a man named Jack Frost, whose photo you see on the right, suffered a fatal arrhythmia. Imagine the shock his friends felt when, just a few months later, they began receiving messages and emails from him. Anyone would assume that a hacker had taken control of Jack's Facebook account and email, but this was no ordinary hacker. The person sending the messages seemed to know Jack's friends intimately, keeping up with their lives and even having cameras in their homes, as the messages were far from random. Just days after one of his friends broke his ankle, he received an email saying, "Take care of your ankle." The message came with other details that made it clear whoever was impersonating Jack knew his life well. Another friend received an email that said, "Clean your damn attic." Sure enough, his attic, where only he had access, was a mess. The messages were so specific and written in Jack's exact style that everyone agreed that whoever was sending them knew Jack well. The case gained so much notoriety that Facebook intervened to determine who had hacked the account. But here's where things get really strange. There was no trace of a hack, and not only that, the messages were coming from Jack's laptop, which was packed away in the basement of his parent house. This mystery remains unsolved. Number 5. The Depths of the Mariana Web. We've all heard of the deep web, right? But for nearly 5 years, there's been a rumor that within the deep web lies an even deeper network called the Mariana Web, named after the Mariana Trench, the deepest part of the Earth. It's said that the Mariana Web is where information from intelligence agencies like Mossad, Russia's SVR, the CIA, MI5, and others is transferred. The suspicious deaths of some hackers, such as the well-known Gary McKinnon, are attributed to his alleged entry into the Mariana Web. It's also said that when bin Laden was found, it was thanks to a vast exchange of information and negotiation between the US and Pakistani governments within the Mariana Web. Imagine the kind of things that might be there. This is the deepest internet in the world. Number 4. Cicada 3301. You've likely heard of Cicada 3301, right? It all began as a game, or so people thought, but after 6 published challenges, it's clear that this is a very serious organization operating worldwide. No one knows who they are, except that it's not a game, as initially believed. The only clear purpose they've revealed through these nearly impossible-to-solve puzzles is to recruit cryptographers who, after solving the puzzle, are the only ones who can make contact with them. This has led to theories that Cicada 3301 is an intelligence agency, and if we look at precedents, it's likely American. The CIA and the Pentagon have been known to offer green cards and even citizenship in exchange for recruiting the world's best hackers. Everything points to Cicada 3301 being something similar, not only because of the difficulty of the puzzles, which is extreme, but also because of the incredible organization and global network that Cicada 3301 has demonstrated. Number 3. Mortis.com. While it existed in 2012, Mortis.com was a great mystery. It was one of those websites that invited you to solve a code to delve deeper into the site. Unlike Cicada, it wasn't run by a large, high-budget organization, but it could be considered the second most mysterious thing on the internet. So why is it ranked higher than Cicada on this list? Well, after a colossal collective effort by Reddit, 4chan, and other sites, they managed to hack Mortis.com's directory. This led them to an email, and when cross-referenced in a database, it was linked to Thomas Link, who is now known to be a false identity. What's certain is that this Thomas Link was the co-founder of numerous other websites, all of which had founders who were dead. We're talking about the fact that all the people who worked with Thomas Link, or who, along with him, founded the domains you see on the screen, are dead. If you try to access any of these sites, including Mortis.com, you'll find that they've all been taken down. Why? Because the FBI suspended them after the information was discovered, and they began investigating what happened. Since then, no one knows anything, and the FBI isn't saying a word. Why did the founders of these sites die? Who killed them? What does Thomas Link have to do with all of this? And why did Mortis.com, the only site that was entirely his, contain puzzles to access secret information? No one knows, and once again, the FBI is silent. Number 2. The Curse of A858. In 2011, a peculiar subreddit called A858-45F569BC9 appeared on Reddit, posting long, seemingly random strings of numbers and letters. Most users ignored these posts, thinking they were just gibberish or an inside joke. However, some amateur cryptographers began to decode the strings, discovering that each one contained a hidden message. What started as a curiosity quickly turned into an obsession. Decoders began to realize that 858's messages contained references to historical events, obscure literary passages, and even geographic coordinates. But the mystery deepened when, in 2015, 858 suddenly stopped posting without any explanation. In 2016, the subreddit was completely deleted, leaving only speculation about what A858 really was. Some believe that A858 was a social experiment or an ARG alternate reality game. Others, however, think it was something much more sinister, possibly an undercover operation by an intelligence agency or a secret organization. Whatever the truth, A858 remains one of the internet's greatest enigmas. Number 1. The Tragedy of Lake City Quiet Pills. In July 2009, a Reddit user named Religion of Peace posted that an older user, known as 2-6, had passed away. Religion of Peace described 2-6 as a military veteran, a sniper who had participated in covert missions during the Gulf War. However, the real mystery began when curious users started investigating 2-6's profile and discovered a site called LakeCityQuietPills.com. The site, which at first glance appeared to be just an image hosting site, contained hidden messages in its source code. These messages spoke of clandestine operations, the hiring of heavy-duty labor, and payments in large sums of money. The most accepted theory is that Lake City Quiet Pills was a site used to hire mercenaries for secret operations, possibly for government agencies or terrorist groups. The most disturbing part is that shortly after the site was discovered, it was taken down, and the main users involved in the mystery, like Religion of Peace, disappeared from the internet. What exactly was Lake City Quiet Pills? Who was behind this site? And what happened to those involved? These questions remain unanswered, making this mystery the darkest and most intriguing of all.